In 1985, Sisters Rozlin, 18, and Fawn, 15, were rushing to leave their house, and their brother overheard one of them say, quote, "Hurry up, they're waiting for us down the street," end quote. The sisters had told their family that they were going out hunting for jobs, but never returned home. What happened to the Abell sisters? Roslin's friends say she was a Spitfire, and Fawn was the mellow one. Roslin worked at a Del Rancho restaurant on the south side of Oklahoma City and had previously attended the U.S. Grant High School. Both girls were small in stature. Roslin was 4 feet 11 inches and weighed 90 pounds, and Fawn was 5 foot 1 and weighed around 100 pounds. Both girls had brownish blonde hair, and both sisters were known to frequently hitchhike. One of Roslin's friends say that she was tiny, but she had an attitude and a temper. In 1985, when both girls vanished, they had not been living long at their current residence on the 7,000 block of Northwest 59 Terrace. On July 25, 1985, Roslin and Fawn got ready and were rushing out of their home when their little brother heard one of his sisters say, quote, "Hurry up, they're waiting for us down the street," end quote. As far as the family was aware of, the girls were heading out to look for a job, and the family didn't know what type of job they were looking for or where they were going, just that they planned to search for jobs. That was the last time anyone would see Fawn and Roslin, and when they didn't return home that night, Fawn would be listed as a runaway, and Roslin would be reported missing years later. Initially, investigators didn't suspect foul play, but they've been gone a really long time, and they were both known to hitchhike, and neither sisters has used their social security numbers since their disappearance in 1985. Investigators now believe that the sisters most likely met foul play, and they are now deceased. In 2013, it was reported that in 2010, their brother Otto called the police and asked whether any bones matching his sisters have ever been recovered at the Snitchcomb Wildlife Refuge at Lake Overholser, but no bones that matched the sisters have ever been reported. Investigators at the time didn't know about these two missing girls and discovered that Fawn had been listed as a runaway in the NCIC database and then removed at some point. In 2013, Lieutenant Warfield told the Oklahoma that the ball was dropped in the beginning when it came to the sisters' investigation. Once Fawn was removed from the database, that is where the investigation stopped until their brother called in asking about possible remains being recovered, which prompted investigators to look into their case. Investigators stated from the beginning that there have been very few leads in their case, and that they know the family wants closure, and that the family believes that there is a slim chance, a very slim chance, the sisters could still be alive. Family has provided future DNA testing against remains, and the family checks in with investigators monthly, but Lieutenant Warfield says, unfortunately, they have no new updates to give the family at this point. Around 2010, investigators reached out to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children and had an age-progressed photo made of both sisters. It's now been 40 years since they disappeared, and we're not any closer to solving the mysterious disappearance of the Abell sisters. When Fawn was last seen, she was 15, 5'1", and 100 pounds, described as a Caucasian female with red hair and blue eyes. We don't have